Okay, and welcome back to the show. And okay, so the other day, I guess it was yesterday, I was flipping through the paper and I found a wonderful piece of propaganda. It said that we should convince Premier John Horgan to allow the Trans Mountain XL pipeline expansion to happen because it's a simple supply and demand thing that if he allowed it to happen, it would lower the fuel prices for our cars here in British Columbia. It is, and it is to be shipped overseas for processing and then shipped back to Canada for into British Columbia for distribution across Canada after it has been turned into a finished product. So it would seem to me that a pipeline that will carry a raw product to a ship, the ship goes overseas, and then a ship brings the product back again, it seems that's going to raise fuel costs, not bring those fuel costs down. So I'm trying to figure out how this piece of propaganda is actually who's funding it, who's behind this, who placed this ad into, because it was advertising, it was not news, it was advertising placed into a newspaper. Somebody had to pay for this. It only seems it can be the fuel industry themselves, the oil industry itself, paid to have this ad placed in there. Unless there were some distant political ties to it, but the advertising itself, there wasn't any real truth to it. And that brings me to, as business owners, that we have to actually make sure that we are putting truth into our advertising. That we're just not saying something that, hey, this sounds good, and we have no intentions upon following through in that promise, or that there is no real truth into what is going to happen. We're all familiar with the idea of bait and switch. We have to make sure that we're not putting bait and switches into our advertising, and that we're putting truth in what we really, our real intentions are into our advertising. So by using the example of this thing, not so truthful thing of advertising into the newspaper for the fuel industry or the oil industry, convince John Horgan to do something because it's simple to supply and demand. If he allows a pipeline, gas prices go down, isn't exactly true, considering that this expansion sends stuff away, brings it back again, and also the fuel prices. It doesn't talk about the carbon taxes that were put in place by the federal government that will also raise fuel costs for us here in British Columbia. So that's the thing, is if we're going to operate our businesses with integrity, then we need to actually put into place in our advertising and our marketing our true intentions and state what our true promise will be to our clients and customers. So keep that in mind when you are doing your own advertising for your own business. So truth in advertising is essential. Tell people what your real intentions truly are. So I will talk to everybody again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be getting all of our broadcasts back on track. For the next little while, we will be dedicating our work to two wonderful people that in our Vancouver business community that we have lost, Kara McGill and Bela Lazarus. So those two people will be truly missed. So we will talk to everybody later. Bye for now.